What if I told you there is a hidden system that decides who gets rich first in every economy? Not the smartest people, not the hardest workers, not even the most talented innovators. There is a system behind the scenes. It quietly chooses the early winners. It decides who touches new money first, and whoever touches money first usually wins big. Stay with me because this will change how you see wealth forever. And if you want more deep financial truths like this video, and subscribe to Money Finance Insights right now. Because on this channel, we break down complex money systems in simple English. No hype, no fake promises, just real financial knowledge. Every economy has layers. On the surface, you see businesses, jobs, markets, and consumers. You see people working hard and trying to succeed. But beneath that surface, there's a money flow structure. That structure controls who gets access to new money first. Let me explain something very important. Money does not enter the economy equally. It never has. It never will. When new money is created, it does not fall from the sky. It enters through specific doors. And those doors are controlled by powerful institutions. In the United States, new money is created primarily through the banking system. The central bank, which is the Federal Reserve, plays a major role. When the Federal Reserve lowers interest rates or increases liquidity, money supply expands. But regular people do not receive that money directly. The money goes somewhere first. It goes to big banks. It goes to financial institutions. It goes to large corporations that can borrow cheaply. This is where the hidden system begins. When interest rates drop, large corporations can borrow billions at very low cost. They can buy assets. They can invest. They can acquire competitors. They can buy back their own stock. Meanwhile, the average person still pays high credit card interest, still struggles with mortgage approval, still faces limited access to cheap capital. So the first layer of the system is access to cheap credit. Those closest to money creation benefit first. Economists call this the Cantillon Effect. It means the people who receive new money first benefit the most. When new money enters the system, prices have not risen yet. Assets are still relatively cheap. Stocks are still lower. Real estate is still affordable compared to what it will become. The early receivers buy assets. Then the money spreads. Then inflation starts pushing prices higher. By the time money reaches average workers through wages, prices have already increased. That means early receivers gain purchasing power. Late receivers lose purchasing power. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is monetary mechanics. This is how modern economies function. Think about the 2008 financial crisis. Major banks were rescued first. Liquidity was injected into the financial system. Asset prices recovered quickly. Stock markets rebounded strongly in the following years. But many households took years to recover. Unemployment stayed high for a long time. Wages grew slowly. Then look at 2020. When the pandemic hit, the Federal Reserve injected massive liquidity. Interest rates dropped near zero. Trillions of dollars were added to the system. Asset prices surged. Stock markets hit record highs. Real estate prices jumped sharply. Who benefited the most? People who already owned assets. People who had access to capital. Investors who could buy during panic. This is the second layer of the hidden system. Asset ownership. If you own productive assets, you're positioned near the money source. If you only rely on wages, you are further away. Assets include stocks, real estate, businesses, intellectual property, and equity. When liquidity increases, assets usually rise first. Wages rise much later. This is why wealth inequality tends to increase during expansion cycles. It is not always about effort. It is often about position within the money flow system. Let us go deeper. Banks do not lend money randomly. They lend against collateral. They lend to those who already have assets. If you own property, you can borrow against it. If you own a business, you can secure credit. If you have a strong balance sheet, banks compete to lend to you. But if you have no collateral, borrowing becomes expensive or impossible. So wealth creates access. Access creates more wealth. This creates a feedback loop. This is the third layer. Leverage. The wealthy use leverage to multiply returns. They borrow at low rates and invest in higher return assets. If asset prices rise, their equity grows faster than someone investing only cash. Meanwhile, lower income individuals often use high interest debt for consumption. Credit cards, auto loans, personal loans. One type of leverage builds wealth, the other traps it. This system does not ask who works hardest. It rewards who is positioned closest to capital. Now let us talk about information. Those near financial institutions often receive information faster. Institutional investors have research teams. They analyze policy signals. They predict interest rate changes. When central banks hint at easing, markets react quickly. Institutional players adjust portfolios instantly. Retail investors often react later, sometimes emotionally, sometimes after headlines spread fear or hype. Information speed is another advantage. In modern markets, timing matters. Even milliseconds matter in high-frequency trading. So the hidden system includes credit access, asset ownership, leverage, and information speed. But there is more. Government policy also plays a role. Tax laws often favor capital gains over wage income. Business owners can deduct expenses. Corporations can structure profits efficiently. Employees usually pay taxes directly from paychecks. Their options are limited. This creates another structural difference. The system does not explicitly choose winners, but its design benefits capital over labor. This is why understanding the system is more powerful than complaining about it, because once you see the system, you can reposition yourself. At Money Finance Insights, our goal is not to criticize success. Our goal is to decode how it works. Let me ask you something. Why do tech founders often become billionaires quickly? Because they own equity. If their company value multiplies, their net worth multiplies. Employees earn salaries. Founders own ownership. Ownership is a key position in the hidden system. Look at companies like Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. Their founders and early investors benefited massively, not just because they worked hard, but because they owned shares when value expanded. When liquidity increases, growth companies often rise sharply. Equity holders gain first. Now think about real estate investors. When mortgage rates are low, borrowing becomes cheaper. Property demand rises. Prices rise. Investors who already own properties see appreciation. They can refinance. They can extract equity. They can buy more property. Renters, on the other hand, face rising rents. They feel inflation without asset gains. Again, it is about position. Another layer is network proximity. High net worth individuals often move in circles with investors, bankers, and entrepreneurs. Opportunities are shared privately. Deals are offered within networks. Many profitable investments never reach the public market. They are funded in early private rounds. By the time a company goes public, early investors have already multiplied their money. So the hidden system also includes social capital. Who you know influences what you access. Now here's the important part. The system is not fixed to a small elite forever. People can move closer to the source. How? First, by shifting from pure consumption to asset ownership. Even small investments matter over time. Index funds, retirement accounts, dividend stocks. Second, by understanding interest rates. Low rates usually support asset prices. High rates usually slow growth. Positioning during cycles is critical. Third, by building skills that give you equity exposure. Start a business. Join a startup early. Negotiate stock compensation. Fourth, by improving financial literacy. When you understand monetary policy, you react calmly. You avoid panic selling. You avoid hype buying. The hidden system rewards patience. Compounding takes time. Let me give you a simple scenario. Two people earn the same salary. One spends everything. The other invests 20% consistently in diversified assets. Over 20 years, the investor moves closer to the asset layer. Their wealth starts generating income. Dividends, capital gains, rental income. Eventually, their assets work for them. They move upward within the money flow structure. This is not overnight wealth. This is structural repositioning. The biggest mistake people make is focusing only on income. Income is important, but ownership changes everything. When central banks expand money supply, asset holders benefit first. If you're not an asset holder, you are outside the first wave. The goal is to enter that first wave. You do not need billions. You need consistency and understanding. Now let us talk about inflation. Inflation reduces purchasing power, but it can increase asset prices. If you hold cash only, inflation hurts you. If you hold appreciating assets, inflation can benefit you. This is why wealthy individuals rarely hold large amounts of idle cash. They keep money in productive assets. Another critical factor is risk tolerance. Those who understand cycles can take calculated risks during downturns. Recessions often create the best buying opportunities. During fear, asset prices drop. Liquidity providers step in. Those with capital buy quality assets at discounts. When recovery begins, gains can be substantial. This happened after 2008. It happened after 2020. History shows cycles repeat. Understanding the hidden system allows you to see downturns differently, not as pure disaster, but as repositioning opportunities. However, this requires discipline. It requires emergency savings. It requires long-term thinking. Now I want you to think deeply. If the system rewards proximity to capital, what can you control? You can control saving rate. You can control financial education. You can control investment discipline. You can control skill development. You cannot control central bank policy, but you can respond intelligently. This is empowerment. At Money Finance Insights, we believe knowledge is leverage. The more you understand money flow, the better your decisions become. Let me clarify something important. The system is not designed to keep you poor. It is designed to stabilize economies. But side effects exist. Early receivers gain advantage. Late receivers feel inflation. Knowing this helps you plan. You stop chasing quick schemes. You stop blaming luck alone. You focus on structural moves. Open retirement accounts. Invest regularly. Avoid high-interest consumer debt. Build multiple income streams. Each step moves you closer to capital flow. Over time, compounding becomes powerful. Small investments grow. Reinvested returns accelerate growth. This is how ordinary individuals build wealth quietly, not through viral trends, not through lottery thinking, but through positioning. The hidden system that decides who gets rich first is about access, ownership, leverage, information, and networks. It is about understanding how money enters and spreads through the economy. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Now I want to hear from you. Did this explanation change how you view wealth? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Your perspective matters. And if you found this valuable, share this video with someone who needs to understand how money truly flows. Because financial literacy is not just personal power, it is generational power. Imagine teaching your children about ownership instead of just employment. Imagine building assets that support your family for decades. That is real wealth. That is real freedom. Thank you for spending your time here with Money Finance Insights. Your time is valuable. Your attention is powerful. Remember this. The system may decide who gets rich first, but you decide whether you learn how it works. And once you learn how it works, you are no longer outside the system. You become a strategic player inside it. Stay smart, stay patient, keep building, and I will see you in the next video.